Hi friends, it's Victor Costa and welcome to the Daily Lift. I hope you're having an outstanding day and I hope today's podcast makes it even better for you. It's Shark Week on the Discovery Station. I don't know if you have access to the Discovery Station, but it's wonderful to have around this time of the year because every year they have a week devoted to everything there is to know about sharks, programming completely devoted to sharks. Some things that are comical, some things that are intellectual, educational, and it's a kind of a mixed bag of everything that you've ever wanted to know about sharks. I've been watching it for a couple of decades now, and I've gotten to know some of the personalities, the people who photograph them, the marine biologists, the people who study them. And now it's interesting that we're faced with the task of actually protecting them when we are the ones who were always afraid of them. And that's because they were potentially misunderstood. And so as we get to know them, we recognize their behaviors and habits. And as newer technologies come online, we are able to get to know them better and explore their world. And what's really interesting about this year's programming, and something that I didn't notice in the past, was various celebrities get an opportunity to go diving with real pros to explore the world of the sharks. And just so happened that there were a couple of NFL athletes, and it happened to also be the UFC fighter Ronda Rousey was on the episode that I happened to see last night. And so she was getting up to speed very, very quickly. In fact, she was attempting dives that were really never done by a novice diver. They were getting her up to speed in a swimming pool, and she did not have a lot of experience, but of course she's very strong. She's an athlete, and she's mentally and physically strong. And she had 100% confidence that she was going to be able to do these dives, although she had never dove before, and she, let alone with sharks and in the company of sharks. And what's really interesting is something that she said. And we always talk about contrast. You know, we talk about how when we want something, it's oftentimes the result of feeling the opposite or the contrast. Esther Hicks calls it the contrast. And so Ronda Rousey said, well, I want to be afraid because that way it gives me an opportunity to exercise and experience courage because I want to be courageous. So when you think of that quote, it's really fascinating. The fact that she was welcoming, very welcoming to the experience of fear, because that was the only opportunity to get to be able to feel courageous, to access courage, to work on that and pull that out from within. Because if she wasn't afraid, it would just be another activity. She was looking for a higher level of personal achievement, and that's really, really exciting to hear. And I happened to be watching it with my teenage daughter, and I was so happy that she heard that she was looking forward to the contrast. She wanted to feel the contrast. She actually wanted to feel the fear because she wanted to see if there was that other beautiful transformation of having to rise beyond the fear and access the courage within you. And I thought that that was really lovely. It was a bit about discovering something that you know that you have, but being tested on it and having the confidence to bring it out. So welcoming the contrast, welcoming the adversity, welcoming all of the challenge so that we can have an opportunity within ourselves to rise above. Not, I hope I'm not afraid and I'm going to try to do this. I want to be afraid so that I can do this and take pride in doing this and recognize that I accomplished something. And so you never know where inspiration is going to come from. I wasn't expecting to watch Shark Week and be inspired by that program to talk to you folks about it, but I certainly was. And so now when we think about how we can accomplish this in our daily lives and get the opportunity to experience courage for ourselves, or not only courage, but other wonderful emotions and faculties and capabilities that we have that only seem to come out when we're pushed to the contrary. So we can somehow take this and relate this to our daily lives and welcome the challenge of tomorrow or welcome the challenges of today so that we have an opportunity to recognize within ourselves, yes, we can do this. And not only can we do this, we feel great that we had to go through the transformation of feeling the contrast, feeling the fear and overcoming it, feeling the adversity and overcoming it, feeling the emotion, the sadness, the weakness, and feeling strong as a result of that. So that's two sides of the same coin, right? And so let's, instead of shun away or try to push things under the rug or shy away from things, let's welcome these opportunities to be challenged, to be tested, to be a little bit afraid and a little bit out of our comfort zone so that we can rise above those challenges. So I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I certainly wish you all the best and good health. This is Victor Costa signing off for the Daily Lift.